Hey everybody, it's time for Workout Wednesday. And this week for Workout Wednesday, I decided to change things up a little bit and break out of my usual workout rut and head out to the park. And the park I chose is Virginia Lake Park near downtown Reno. And here are a couple pictures of the park and a quick description of Virginia Lake Park. I like it because the loop around the lake is almost exactly 1 mile, and it also has a handy dandy fitness trail, which I'm going to show you. Actually, not a trail per se, but like a little fitness area with a bunch of random exercises you can try that seem really, really easy until you try and do them, and then you realize, like, wow, I have not done these crazy old school exercises in a long time, and it's actually a lot of fun. So at the park, there's this handy dandy little sign that kind of gives you 3 different series of exercises you can do and then a series of stretching. So I personally like to do my stretching at the end of my workout, even though it says this is series 1. So I'm going to come back to the stretches at the end. Okay, so I started my workout with a couple of loops around the lake. Once again, the loop around this lake is about 1 mile, so I did 3 laps, 3 miles. Perfect if I was training for, say, a 5K. Now on to the exercises. So the first one I'm going to do is the log jump, which, as you can see here, pretty straightforward. You just jump over the log, try not to catch your foot, fall down, and look like an idiot. Nothing too crazy. So I think after that, let's see, then we've got the tricep dip. Once again, I'm not super awesome at tricep dips, so I didn't go down all that low. That way I don't get stuck and unable to get back up again. Something you can work your way up to. The better and stronger you get, the farther down you can dip, and the more repetitions you can do. So that is the tricep dip. As you can see, there were 2 different options for height. The lower one's a little bit more challenging. And next we've got basic crunches. Pretty straightforward. One thing you want to keep in mind is don't use your hands to pull your head up. Then we've got chin-ups, which, as you can see, I'm totally awesome at because I'm totally cheating. And if you're actually able to do chin-ups, more power to you. That's awesome. I'm working my way up to those. So then we have this weird knee raise thing. You're supposed to do both sides. I just did 12 reps on either side before I moved on to the push-ups. Once again, you have 2 options in height, one that's higher and a little bit easier, the other one's lower, a little less challenging. Push-ups are one of my least favorite exercises to do, but I do them a lot because they are such a great total body workout. They really work everything, your back, your abs, arms, legs, everything. And one kind of fun challenge I started doing recently is on the first day of the month, starting with 1 push-up and then working my way up to 30 or 31, however many days are in the month. Ideally, I want to get all the way up to 100 in a set, but so I've just kind of started this month, and I'm on 15. So that was the push-up. Okay, so after push-ups, we had full sit-ups. I like to use this arm crossed in front of me position just to prevent myself from, once again, pulling on my head and neck to try and raise myself up. And I actually like to do them without something holding my feet a lot of the time because I feel like it works my abs a little bit harder. But in this case, the intention, the way that it's demonstrated here to do the exercise, you hook your feet, makes it a lot easier. So sometimes I like to do it this way because then I can get a lot more in and feel really good about myself. So either way, it's a great exercise. And then here we have, I don't really know what this is called, but basically you just want to try and fold your legs up above you to kind of sandwich your body in half. It's a really good one for your lower abdominal muscles, which I always like to work on. It's kind of fun too. Uses your arms a little bit as well, and you can do it with legs bent or legs straight. Pretty nice background there. Another reason I like this park. All right, so now we get back to the stretching now that we're done with our exercises. So first one you can see is just calf stretch. And you want to do both sides. Hold each side for about 30 seconds, not, the 2 seconds that I did for this video. That way you'll make sure you get a nice long stretch. And then next we have sit and reach. And the idea is you want to keep your back as straight as possible. Reach your hands forward as far as you can. If you can't reach your toes, don't worry about it. You can work up to that. And you just want to get a nice deep stretch. Once again, once you get into position, make sure you hold that for a good 30 seconds. And you can, as you're stretching, you can kind of wait a couple seconds, then reach deeper, whatever feels good for you. And once again, just don't overdo it. Just make sure that you're stretching deep enough to feel it, but not enough so that it hurts. And I like this one because it gets you a nice deep stretch through several muscles in your legs. Once again, you want to hold it for about 30 seconds on either side, just at whatever you're comfortable with. Same thing with this hamstring stretch. Don't try and pick a point too high for you to be comfortably stretching. You just want to feel it in your muscle, but not so that it hurts. And once again, do about 30 seconds on either side. Then we have quadricep stretch. This one's one of my favorites. And once again, you don't need to try and pull your foot, all the way behind you as tight as you can. The idea is to kind of lean forward into the stretch and just really get to the point where you feel it in your quadricep. And then the last one they had is this trunk twister thingy. And I think ideally, looking back, I probably should have tried to keep my legs a little bit more stationary and just move the upper half of my body to really maximize the stretch in my obliques. But it still felt good the way I was doing it, and just kind of a fun stretch. Once again, one of those things you don't necessarily think of to do anymore. It's kind of random. And so that's it for the stretching. Once again, if you wanted to, after your stretching, you could do another lap to cool down, especially if it's nice out. But that's it for Workout Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next week.